Okay. It might kick us off again, but at least we can try. Okay, so let's take a look at two numbers that are written in scientific notation. We have 7 and 54 hundredths times 10 to the 7th power. And then we have 2.8 times 10 to the negative 4th power. So that's what scientific notation looks like. So let's point out the different parts of it. You always have a number between 1 and 10 times a power of 10. Okay? So this number right here and this number right here, we want to make sure that it's a number that is less than 10, and it needs to be 1 or more. Okay. So this number is always a number between 1 and 10. The next part that you will always see is you're going to have it say times 10. That's the second part. Okay, so this is part 1, part 2. The last part of the puzzle here is the exponents, okay? So you have an exponent here, here, and the exponent can either be positive or negative. So this is part 3. Now it's important to note that a positive exponent means that the number is big. It is a large number. So when we were talking about the diameter of the hula hoop and then we zoomed out to the galaxies, that was a big old positive exponent. That showed us that that's a very big, very large number, okay? Now when we zoomed in to look at microscopic things, that exponent went negative. A negative exponent means that it is a very small number. Okay, so let me show you how to do this now. I'm going to take a very large number and we're going to write it in scientific notation. Okay, here's our very large number. And what we're going to do is we are going to move the decimal place over as many times as we need to make this number between 1 and 10. So I'm going to move it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So now this number is going to be 3.5. And my next part, it has to be times 10. That's part 2, times 10. Now, however many times you moved the decimal place over, that will be your exponent. So if I count how many times I moved it, it was 6. So my exponent is going to be 6. So that's a very large number. That's how we do a very large number. Let's take a look at a very small number now. again, I'm going to move that decimal until I get a number that's between 1 and 10. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that first part is going to be 4.67. Part 2 of this is times 10. And my exponent, because this is a very small number, my exponent's going to be negative. And I moved it over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So my exponent will be negative 4. How are you guys feeling so far? Better than the last few days?
Yes.
Great. Okay. I am going to quickly show you how to then take scientific notation and write it in its regular form. So let's take a look at this example. We have 4.57 times 10 to the 7th. So what I do, I'm going to start with this number right here. So 459. Now the decimal is right here currently. That exponent is 7. So what that means is we're going to move this decimal place over 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my new decimal place is here. And then I'm going to go in and fill in all my zeros. Okay? You can even double check, just count again, make sure that that's 7 decimal places. And then I can add in my commas, and there we go. So that's 45,900,000. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do a very small one. So 2.14 times 10 to the negative 3. Make sure when you're using the answer checker, do not put any spaces. Do not use any parentheses. And make sure that you use an X for multiplication. Okay. So some people were trying to use the asterisk for multiplication in the other class and they were getting it wrong. Make sure you use a little X. The letter. Yeah, the letter X. Lowercase. Okay, now here I'm going to give myself a little bit of room because this is a very small number. So my decimal place is going to go the other way. So it was here. So I'm going to count over 1, 2, 3. So my new decimal place is right here. And I'm going to fill in my zeros. Like that. And there you have it. Do you feel like you guys are going to be okay on this? Just a warning on your homework, the first problem in each section is done for you. So that's why there's no place to put the answer for number 1 because they did it for you. Same thing with like 5 and a couple of others. All right? Email me if you need some help. Yeah, it's really not. It's pretty straightforward.